We've been hearing from a lot of officials, other school districts, Congressman Mark Vesey, and as well as Governor Abbott. He was down on the border today addressing a situation there, but he did take time to talk about what happened here at Timberview High School. Take a listen.
And that is, we grieve for everyone who's been harmed or impacted by this in any way whatsoever. And we as a state working with the local communities will do everything possible to ensure that the shooter is swiftly and effectively prosecuted.
You know, it is a sad reality that schools, students have to prepare for incidents like these. I still remember the first time my elementary school kids came home and told me about the active shooter drill that they had took part in that day. In light of that, I want to bring in John Matthews. He not only has 30 years in law enforcement, but he's also examined every mass shooting in America going back to the 1980s. And John, in light of that, from your experience, what was similar about this shooting to others you've seen, and what, if anything, was different?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, you talked about your kids telling you about the active shooter, practice. Practice is so important, and you could see today that this district had a plan, they practiced it, and God forbid today when they had to implement it, it worked. We have 1,800 kids in the school, and to have only a few injured in a shooting that could have been horrific is a testament to their practice, their plan, and their implementation. They locked down the school, they secured the safety of the majority of the students, they set up the reunification site. You saw those lines of buses coming throughout the day, 70, 80 buses, moving those kids safely to get reunited with those parents. And those parents throughout the day were frantic. But this is a great example on planning, practice, and preparation can come together and work.
Yeah, I was talking with one young lady, a sophomore here at the school, and she was telling me they actually had a substitute today who had actually been involved in another school shooting in another state some years ago. And the student just talked about how immediately she locked the door, she got him down, she closed the blinds, turned off the lights. Are all these the things that these teachers are trained to do in a moment's notice?
It's years of preparation, and it's taken us a long time to get here, but you're right, teachers know exactly what to do in the classroom, locking down those kids, locking the door. And what that does is it limits the shooter's victim pool. We saw the shooter committed a shooting in the classroom. He then moved in the hallway, moved outside. He did not get to any other room. The lockdowns work across the country, and this was a great example of a plan that had to be implemented. We never want to implement it, right? We'd love to just practice and never do this in person, but today it paid off, and the majority of those 1,800 kids went home to their parents safely.
Yeah, and that is the bottom line. And I just want to ask, crisis response is one thing. What about threat assessment? What do schools need to be doing to try to identify disturbing elements that could erupt into something bigger?
Well, Chris, that's where we kind of fall down, honestly, is in threat assessment. We're not proactive enough. We need to be in the schools every day. We need to be working with our social workers, our psychologists, psychiatrists, with the teachers who are on the front lines, finding out about the kids who have been bullied, who have been harassed, who may have issues at home, who may have mental health issues. And we need to know about that so that we can continually do assessments, because the key to an assessment is you're able to intervene before something like this happens.
What advice would you have for other parents out there tonight in other schools, in other school districts in North Texas?
Yeah, I can tell you, call your school and ask to speak to the superintendent's office. Find out what the plan is. Find out if they're prepared. Do they practice? Do the teachers know what to do? I mean, I want to know. I've got 6 kids. I've got kids that are still in school. I want to know, is my school district prepared, and can they respond like this district did today?
And I think every parent would want that answer to be yes, and wouldn't accept anything less than that.
And if not, force them, right? Force them. Work with your district, see the plan, bring in the experts, make sure they can do it.
All right, good advice, John Matthews. Thank you.